What if you had a choice? A choice of joining a line or a choice of making your purchases online? What would you choose? While you ponder on that, the National Lotteries Authority has provided another purchasing option. All their games are now available online. Yes, Grenadians! From wherever you are, purchase your favorite daily and jackpot type games using any electronic device. Register on the NLA's website at www.nla.gd. Top up your account and enjoy online lottery gaming at your convenience. We're taking shopping comfort up, up, up several notches. But the choice is yours. Join a line or buy online. NLA, make your dreams come true.
Privilege of sampling the Golden Jubilee edition of the limited edition spice rum from the Grenada distillers, and I must say it's something that you should try. It is authentically Grenadian, but from the flavors to the aromas to the overall taste, the blend is great. It's light, it's golden like the Golden Jubilee, and I think you can make any collector's shelves anywhere in the world. Hats off to the Grenada distillers.
So you guys gonna actually witness this part. I forgot to put on my microphone. Yes, we are ready. And I know what you're asking, guys. How do you forget to put on your microphone? Well, I just did. It happens. Hello, riders, night riders. How you guys doing? It's Tuesday. What's pissing you off? So many things happening, guys. So many things happening. On Tuesday, we dedicated to you, the viewers, right? So tell us what's pissing you off. What's on your mind? What's stuck in your craw? What's stuck in your craw? Lydia James, I see you. Arena. Yesterday, I was accused of not saying hi to Rena. Hi, Rena, how you doing? Everybody share the program. Okay, we have an interesting discussion here for you today. And I really want to do a litmus test on our viewers on this question. What the hell is happening, guys? What is happening? And I know every time there is some sort of incident or series of incidents, we ask the same question. But I think it's worthy, right? It's right to ask that question at this point in time. For those of you who have been following all of this madness, yeah. Are you guys hear me now? Are you guys hearing me? Were you guys hearing me before? I just realized that my mic was muted. Everybody hearing me? If you hear me, give me a thumbs up. If you hear me, give me a thumbs up. Check if I could hear me. All right, you hear me good. All right. I don't know, like I pressed mute on my microphone earlier. All right, win some. Okay, good. All right, cool. So it's warranted, right? If you're asking this question right now, it's fine. It's fine. Because I'm trying to figure that out myself. What is happening? In the past 3 days, guys, if you realize that there have been 2 alleged homicide, and 1 suicide. in 3 days, right? And if there's any other time to ask that question, is now. So I could understand what's pissing people off. Now, Jerry Edwin is an attorney at law in Grenada. Don't worry, Jerry Edwin will join us shortly, right? He's in a meeting right now. We're going to advance the program a bit, and Jerry would come in to give his piece on the case, one of the case who his client is involved, right? So we're going to get to that, and we're going to talk about it, and I'm hoping against all hope that quite possibly way before the program, Jerry gets out of his meeting so we could have this conversation. So the first, guys, is the incident involving the shooting incident involving a young man who, well, in that particular incident, 2 individuals were shot. One was shot and killed, and the other one is currently hospitalized. There have been a lot of speculation as to what transpired about this particular case, and there was also a voice note that was circulating, right? There was a voice note that was circulating in regards to that particular incident. Following that, a day or so after, we got report of another incident. This time, guys, it seems as if it involved masked men who pulled up on a certain individual and opened fire on him, right? And on that same day in the evening, we heard of a young man who allegedly hung himself. The police is still investigating this particular incident. So it's a lot. It's a lot, right? Now, the first thing I want to touch on, because I know that this is very topical and a lot of people want finances. And while we wait for Jerry to come on, I want to first touch on what could possibly, or what is going wrong, right? And is it a matter of law enforcement? Is it a case of law enforcement need to do more? Is it a case that family, parents need to do more? Is it politicians need to do more? Is it just community, religious organization, churches, clergy? Is it? I don't know. So I'm going to put that question to you guys. The first one, guys, let's take a look at this first story that was posted on MTV News, right? On the recent shooting. Let's take a look. Again, this video comes to you courtesy MTV Grenada. Listen in.
Sunday's killing, the second fatal shooting in less than 1 week, occurred at about 10 p.m. at Snug Corner, St. George, resulting in the death a 34-year-old male of Bolio, whose name has been given by sources as Shane Brown. According to police, upon receiving the report, officers immediately visited the scene and observed the motionless body of the victim lying on the public road with a wound to the head. The body was examined at the scene by a medical doctor and pronounced dead. Details surrounding the incident remain sketchy. However, MTV News understands that assailants wearing masks fired multiple shots in the area. Sunday's shooting comes just about 3 days after an incident in Frequency, St. George, where 3 young men were shot in separate incidents, leaving 2 hospitalized and 35-year-old Arthur Braveboy dead. The sudden upsurge in gun violence also falls within the first week of a 90-day gun amnesty, which came into effect on Wednesday, May 1st. To this end, many have questioned the efficacy of the initiative and if more needs to be done. On Monday, Opposition Member of Parliament, Honourable Emmeline Pear, used her social media platform to call for a national strategic approach in addressing the issue.
As I reflect this morning on this very important, burning issue of increasing gun violence in our country, I'm still very convinced that we are missing a very basic and very critical step in the solution. And that is the development of a national strategic plan. A plan that is going to guide the actions and the efforts of all stakeholders who have a very critical role to play in this process. I'm speaking about stakeholders or religious leaders or education leaders or community leaders or business leaders or trade union leaders, all of our leaders from our various sectors, representatives from various ministries like social development, representatives from political organizations. This approach is going to ensure that we have national buy-in.
Criminal attorney Jerry Edwin voices his concern on the increase of gun-related incidents in Grenada.
Grenada is a tiny island in the Atlantic Ocean. We are all the way down here in the south. We have porous borders. You can enter Grenada without seeing a Coast Guard or police officer. It's always been this way. We are not a police state. We have porous, open borders. And for many years, for decades, we have never had the kind of gun violence that we are seeing now. It means that the national security apparatus of the state need to change their game. They need to up their game.
Police have not yet captured any suspects in Sunday's shooting. However, they assure the public that the matter is under active investigation. Reporting for MTV News, I am Akila Aberdeen.
Yes. Boy. The truth and the fact about it, guys, in a lot of ways, let me turn down this. That's me trying to get Jerry on the line. I agree with Honorable Emmeline Pierre that everyone needs to do more. Everyone, right? Politicians need to stop playing politics with this gun thing, right? The church needs to do more. Everybody have to do more. And hold on, Jerry? Right. Yeah, if you want to do it on the phone, you want to do it on the phone?
No, I have my laptop here. I'm actually in a meeting. I'm fine.
Okay, so yeah, you got the link, so just jump on when you're ready. I'm live right now, by the way. So I'll see you on the link. Yeah, so Jerry is getting ready to jump on. So again, I said I agree with Honorable Emmeline Pierre that everyone needs to do more. Right? And a lot of times, guys, you have to look seriously at the politicians. You have to look seriously at the politician. Are they serious when they say that we need to eradicate, we need to get rid of guns on the street? Or are they just sometimes playing politics and kicking the gun soccer ball from one side of the street to the other because it is somewhat, beneficial to whatever position they're taking. So politicians who are kicking the can down the road and using this as a political football, the question of gun crime, they need to do more as well. Enough rambling by me. I know we don't have a lot of time, but we have Mr. Jerry Edwin, who is joining us right now. He's strapped for time, guys, and I hope and I pray he could give me more time than he allocate for me. But Mr. Jerry Edwin, thank you so much. How are you doing?
Thank you, brother. Good evening to you and good evening to your listeners, your audience.
Thank you so much. Mr. Edwin, we just saw a video where we played back, and I guess you would agree with me that there is a problem with gun crime in Grenada specifically. Tell us about your opinion on the situation.
No, I'm not agree with that. I would say that we had in Grenada 4 homicides since the year began. I think you can point out the on one hand, the places in the world where there have been 4 homicides in the last 5 months.
Right.
I would count the Vatican among them.
Right.
We just do not. We've had. One is too much. It's too many. And the fact is that gun crimes are very rare in Grenada. So when we have 2 shootings in the space of 7 days, naturally there would be heightened anxiety that we have reached some kind of inflection point. It's not the case. I agree that there are too many guns in Grenada. That is certainly so. I'm talking about unlicensed firearms. I would agree. It's way way too many. But we don't have a crisis of gun crime in Grenada. What we have is an escalation. That is clear. I
Okay.
wouldn't call it a crisis.
Okay, so let me just play back the statement that you made.
His concern on the increase of gun-related incidents in Grenada.
Grenada is a tiny island in the Atlantic Ocean. We are all the way down here in the south. We have porous borders. You can enter Grenada without seeing a Coast Guard or police officer. It's always been this way. We are not a police state. We have porous, open borders. And for many years, for decades, we have never had the kind of gun violence that we are seeing now. It means that the national security apparatus of the state need to change their game. They need to up their game.
Police have not yet captured any suspects in Sunday's shooting. However, they assure the public that the matter is on the...
Right. So Jerry, when you say that the security apparatus need to up their game, tell us exactly what you mean.
We know where the hot spots are in Grenada. That is where the source of violence.
Right.
We know the hot spots. I don't think I need to describe what a hot spot is. We know. I'm thinking that, for example, the police, and this comes directly from other police officers.
Right.
The police force is a reactive force. They do not, for example, have mobile units in these hot spots.
Right.
Just 2 weeks ago, there was a barrage of gunfire. It lasted for more than an hour. Gunfire from 4 roads, Grenville Street, St. John's, and St. Joe Streets. Grenville Street, Maloney Street, St. Joe Street. On the Carenage, same thing. We have choppings.
Yeah.
In certain communities in St. Andrews, more than others. In Belmont, we have certain acts of violence that outnumber. In the lands in Guelph, a traditional hotspot. Mount Horn, a traditional hotspot.
Right.
I think that I asked the policeman this morning about his training. I said, you've been a police officer now for almost 12 years. What does your retraining involve? When you go out for second round of training or third round of training, what does it involve? And this officer said to me, in 12 years, he has never had any retraining. Right? So one imagines then that the upgraded techniques, particularly in terms of technology used as a tool to detect illegal entry or the sorts of communication, you would think that here in Grenada, that these tools can easily be deployed so that we can arrest crime. That does not happen. It's a reactive force. Something happens and 5 police cars speed down the road and they do an investigation. So what I think most of us as citizens concerned about the escalation, I think what we would like to see is more permanent presence of police officers outside of the police stations. Because I think as a deterrent, it would likely send a message that the police are on top of their game. It's not a surprise. I mean, the entire society has seen it. I've seen it in the 10 years that I'm here, that our police department could be a better outfit.
Right.
They could do more instead of, and again, this retraining, there are officers who have weapons. How often do they go to the range?
Right.
Officers who, for example, are trained in investigative techniques. How often do they go back for the training? Once it happens here, they go to El Salvador and Barbados, and sometimes in the United States for training. Decades pass, no upgrade in training, no upgrade in crime detection.
But Jerry,
I think people want that now.
how would that help in the prevention of illegal firearm getting to the country? Because once it's here, it's in the hands of these people. But how about mechanism in ways to prevent it from getting here in the first place, detecting it and getting it out of the hands of the people that don't need to have it?
Well, in a place where you have porous borders like we do here in Grenada,
Right.
it's likely impossible to stop illegal. I mean, you can't stop illegal whiskey from coming into Carriacou or rum coming into Grenada. How are you going to stop weapons? So that you'll have that. But if police are deployed in strategic places around the country, then of course their ears and eyes are on the ground in the communities where we know are more prone to these kind of incidents.
Right. How about criminal elements, right? Because you as a defense attorney, you represent a lot of, well, I ain't gonna say criminals because they're alleged and they're alleged until proven guilty. You represent a lot of your clients who you are trying to get out of jail. You are basically trying to prevent them from spending decades in prison. How about working on the criminal elements even before they get to the point where they become criminal elements? Programs to help them.
I don't understand. I don't understand the question.
Well, now what I'm
After
saying
all, every potential schoolboy,
yeah.
every young man is a potential criminal. I don't think that's what you're saying.
No. What I'm saying is I'm talking about tools that could be implemented or tried before it gets to the point where we are defending or where we are trying to get the guns out of the hands of this criminal. I'm talking about programs. I'm talking about all hands on deck to help these people mitigate against issues and problems before it even get to violence. I'm talking about youth programs and things that could be done in communities to help young people to mitigate against problems before it gets to that point. Do you believe that could be a possible help to aid in the de-escalation of crime and violence, and especially gun crimes?
I don't know. I don't know. I think that, when Cain confronted Abel, if he had a 45, he would have used it on his brother, right? And who would have seen that coming? Not even great God, right? Who knows what lurks in the hearts and minds of men? There's some guys who take a drink and go home and sleep. There are others who see it as an opportunity, and that's a storm rising, right? There are two students who go to school, and one kid ends up at SGU and a medical program. The other one ends up on the street. Who knows? It's part of the human experience, right? So as a society, we try to create good schools. As families, we try to imbibe in our children good values. And then the rest of it is the exigencies of human experience, yes? I don't know that we are not going to have a crime-free world, yes?
Yeah, but
we're not going to have that.
It's been escalating, Jerry, because if you look back 10, 15 years ago, what's happening now wasn't happening then.
Oh, I don't know that. No, I don't think we had. Well, you know what? I don't know if there were 2 shootings in a week in Grenada, right? But shootings. That's not new to Grenada. Yeah, that's not new to Grenada. That's commonplace in the world in which we all live now.
Right.
But because it is so infrequent, and mind you, remember, in Grenada, we've only had
4 homicides, and I think likely 3, because I'm representing one person in an inquest to determine the cause of death. That's the very first one, the very first death of the year. So if going by that index, 3 murders in 5 months, I mean, that's a status quo and many people would die for, to use a pun. But it certainly is a situation in which we would be the envy of the listeners in Brooklyn, New York, or Port of Spain, Trinidad.
That's true.
Yes.
That,
So I don't think that we are experiencing a crisis, um, but there are too many guns on the street. Yes, and
okay.
the police should become more proactive.
All right. So I want to play back this clip. This is another clip from MTV on this recent shooting. Let's take a listen and we'll talk about it on the other end. Check it out.
Anton Dikoto was arrested and charged with the offense of non-capital murder for unlawfully causing the death of 35-year-old Arthur Braveboy, a resident of Willis, St. George. The incident happened on Thursday, May 2nd, 2024, in which 2 men were shot. Both were taken to the General Hospital for medical attention, where Braveboy succumbed to his injuries. Reports are that he was shot in the head. In relation to the second victim, who is currently hospitalized, Dikoto was charged with the offense of attempted murder and possession of a firearm and ammunition. Dikoto is represented by defense attorney Jerry Edwin.
This morning, my client, Mr. Anton Dikoto, who had been held at the South St. George police station since late last week, he was brought to the number 1 magistrate's court with respect to the shooting death of Arthur Braveboy. Mr. Dikoto was then remanded to the Richmond Hill prison to reappear, according to law, 21 days from today. And the preliminary inquiry into the cause of the death of Mr. Braveboy and whether or not Mr. Dikoto will face charges in the High Court, that will be determined by Her Honor Chief Magistrate Francine Foster.
Edwin believes his client has a strong case of self-defense.
This case is a matter of self-defense based on the information I have received and the instructions have been given by Mr. Dikoto. He explained that he feared for his life. He was accosted at his home, and that's his side of the story. And he's entitled to be heard on those facts. He has a constitutional right to be treated as an innocent person. The magistrate who will conduct the preliminary hearing will hear evidence with respect to Mr. Dikoto's position, and we, of course, will advance the evidence and argue self-defense before the magistrate when the Honorable Francine Foster commences the preliminary inquiry.
Dikoto was remanded to His Majesty's prison and will return to court on May 27th for mention. Preliminary inquiry begins on June 18th. For MTV News, Kayla Flavini.
All right, Jerry, your client, self-defense. Give us what could you tell us about this particular incident?
No, I'm not going to talk about the incident here. I'm telling you what his position is.
Right.
He is saying that I feared for my life and I took certain actions to save my own life. He had been beaten just about an hour or so before. He was hitting his head with a gun butt, several gun butts in his head, and then several persons, including Mr. Braveboy, at least one person, including Mr. Braveboy, came to his house, and it flared up from there, and he acted in what he says is a reasonable manner to save his own life. bearing in mind he had just been attacked.
Yeah. Jerry, in the first place, what is your client doing with an illegal firearm anyway?
Do you know it's an illegal firearm? I don't know that.
Okay. So do your client have a licensed firearm or license to carry
I
firearm?
don't know that. I don't know that. I don't know if he's licensed to carry a firearm. I can't speak in his defense. I know that
What?
he took certain actions to save his life.
How could you not speak
So,
in his defense and you his defense lawyer?
no, I'm not going to answer your question regarding how he acquired a firearm. I don't know what kind of firearm he had. Was it a licensed firearm he got from someone else? I don't know.
Okay. All right.
I can't speak about something. I apologize. I can't speak about something I don't know. I
Right.
don't know.
Okay.
The police has not provided that information yet. Before the start of the preliminary inquiry, they will provide all the information they have to prosecute this young man. And at that time, we will know. But as yet, we don't know. The public does not know. There's a lot of speculation that happens when things of this, when, deaths of this, high profile cases of this nature occur. And we would only know what the real facts are inside that courthouse. That's the only time we'll know.
Right.
I honestly don't know.
Okay. We got a call on. Let's take this quick call. Caller, where are you calling us from?
Jerry. I can hear you.
Yeah,
Jerry.
caller, go right ahead. We could hear you.
Okay, I just said Jerry mother cuss.
Hey! No. We're not going to entertain that kind of language. I apologize, sir. And to the viewers of the program, I apologize as well. Callers, as much as you might be emotional about this particular case here, just understand that Jerry Edwin is attorney. He's an attorney, and he's doing his job. He's legally defending his client, all right? So you might feel a way about it, but the man is doing his job. So if you're calling on here, we expect you to be at least respectful to that, okay? So I apologize for that, Mr. Edwin, on that last call.
Par for the course, brother. Par for the course.
Par for the cause. Yeah, Jerry. So you're saying that in what was presented to you, you are going to make the case that your client operated in self-defense.
Yes, that is his position. That is his position in all of this. Yes.
Right. And you believe, based on what you have presented in front of you, the evidence would show that?
No, I don't. As I said, I have not. He was only remanded yesterday.
Right.
So he was arrested in the middle of the week. He spent the weekend on Thursday. He spent the weekend at the police station. We had limited conversations. He told me what his position was, and he was brought to the magistrate's court and thereafter remanded. I cannot have a further, even an intelligent conversation with my client because I have not seen and the police have not provided the disclosure that they must provide: interviews, statements, eyewitnesses, ballistic and forensic information, all these things. I don't have it. I don't know. So I don't know. I'm simply saying what my client's position is.
Absolutely. And again, guys, I'm seeing comments in the chat and I'm seeing text messages. I respect, and we should respect, Mr. Edwin for doing his job as a defense attorney. His client is innocent.
It's all right, I'm not looking for love or respect.
Oh.
So if people don't respect or love, that's fine. It's our offices as lawyers, we have that in common with the church.
Right.
Our doors are always open to whomever.
Right. Okay.
All who requests legal assistance can come into our offices. We don't make judgments.
Right.
We simply take instructions, look at evidence, see where it leads, and then we hold the prosecution's feet to the fire to prove their case.
Right.
That's the calculus.
Jerry, there's a 90 day
Amnesty.
amnesty. Sorry, yes, amnesty
Yes.
for folks with unlicensed firearm to turn it in. Do you believe
Yes.
that this is going to work, or it's a little too late for something like a gun amnesty?
No, this, but this formula has worked in many places. In Brooklyn, New York, it worked famously. In Barbados, it's worked. In Jamaica, it worked. Why wouldn't it work in Grenada? We know that calling on people with illegal firearms to turn them in has been a successful way, a method to get guns off the street. And kudos to those people in authorities who have decided to attempt this effort here.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure there's more in their tool fighting, crime fighting toolkit.
Right.
Get my words jumbled here.
Yeah.
I'm sure that there are many other things that they have planned, but this is a pretty much a well-worn road as one of the ways of fighting gun violence.
The reason why I asked that question is because of what we see as a proliferation of firearms, right? If we have these types of firearms on the street in the hands of gangs or groups or organization of people who are protecting turf, if that is the situation, and it is where it is right now, where it seems as there is some kind of rivalry going on, would they see it as any benefit to turn in theirs, knowing that the others on the other side may not turn in theirs? So the proliferation I'm talking about, is it something that you think that should be done way before we get to this point, or do you see success in this going forward?
Well, let's not mix up St. George's and Grand Anse with East New York and Bedford-Stuyvesant.
Right.
There's no turf. There's no place in Grenada that no one can go to at any time and feel safe. It doesn't exist. Yes? And in terms of gang warfare, turf, and we have pockets of young men who are violent toward each other, and for reasons that have nothing to do with the ownership of turf, and this is where I will deal my drugs, and the formula that people who are listening to us know well because they live in the middle of it. We don't have that here. And as I said, this is a pretty rudimentary step that has proven effective in other jurisdictions in getting folks to turn in their weapons. Yes? And let's give it a try. Let's give it a try and see if it works here as well. I don't think that we can say this is off the table, we're not going to try it. There's some cultural issues here as well. As you know, if a crime occurs in Grenada in the morning, by noon the next day or 4 o'clock, it's solved.
Yeah.
We Grenadians cannot keep a secret. In fact, a Grenadian keeps a secret by telling the next person, don't tell anybody I told you this. That's the way we keep secrets here. So given the way that we operate as culturally and our practices and our mores, I think this could be a successful effort. And I'm willing to give the authorities the green light to go ahead and to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
Let them try something that has worked all over the world. And let's try and make it work here. I wouldn't criticize them for trying.
Okay. Let's go back to the phone. I've got another caller on the line. Caller, go right ahead.
Hi, I'm just saying that, I was listening to the live and I'm saying, we're all bashing Jerry for defending, the other party. However, we shouldn't, because everybody deserves representation, right? And in regards to that case, the whole case as well, I'm looking at the two parties involved in the two cases, Junior, and we're all being biased about the gun violence. Yes, it is getting out of hand, and guns on Grenada streets is ridiculous. However, looking at the case at hand, if you were to see Brave Boy coming to you, personally, knowing Brave Boy and all of his gun-related charges, all his reckless gun-related charges for shooting the lady in St. Paul's,
As they say,
the shooting in front
we're
of...
going to use allegedly in these cases,
It
unless
was
he was
not
proven.
alleged. It was proven.
Okay.
It is the Marcel lady on the greens, right?
Okay.
There are multiple charges when he was wanted and all of those things, right? Now, I am not going to see Brave Boy come in front of me in no way possible and bend down in no way and not react. And his reaction, of course, would be with what he had on him, which is an illegal or, in this case, alleged firearm, right? Again, Junior, I'm not saying how he reacted was wrong, because I probably would have reacted the same way given the person that was on the other end. That's all I have to say.
Right. Okay, caller. There are different sides to the story, guys. We have not, the jury is still out on these cases right here, because there are allegations that state that Brave Boy was sort of trying to mitigate and try to calm a situation. That's one side of the story. We don't know the full side. And as Jerry rightfully said, everything will be presented in court, right? All of these things that we're hearing, there's a voice note circulating, speculation. We do not know the facts until all the evidence are presented in a court of law. And that's why Jerry's here, and that's why he's representing his client, all right? And keep opening the phone lines. So, Jerry, in reference to the case, where do you see the case going? Do you think that we'll have a long, drawn-out trial? Do you think that it would be a speedy...
Yeah, this is a real concern that the few of us who practice at the criminal bar. I mean, this is a statistic that I don't think people are aware of. There are approximately 110 attorneys in Grenada, and there are 6 of us active at the criminal bar.
Right.
The dean among us, Mr. Clouden. Mr. Ferguson occasionally, certainly Ambassador Gill, Mr. Ali Gill. We had Mr. Prime, and we hope that he'll be returning in the fall, and just 1 or 2 other lawyers, right? So it's what we do is not attractive work as perceived by the vast number of attorneys at the bar, or even the public. Look at our culture here. I mean, I brought the application to ban the flogging, that is state-sanctioned beating, right? We have a culture here that accepts violence toward each other.
Right.
Schools, men to women. We have cases where there's a case now, I represent one of the clients, where this man was beaten to death by people in that community.
Mm-hmm.
Yes? There historically are many things we could do to mitigate violence. You talked about it before. What can we do? There's a whole re-education that should happen. You'll hear people say, this person, man, all that person needed some licks in there, so and so. And you hear people saying this without blinking, right? We have to change a lot of the way we approach dispute resolution and mitigating disputes in and among our people. It's something that's really important, really important.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And you rightfully said that any preemptive measures, the broken glass theory that the police, you see something, you fix it before it crack and then end up with a big hole, right? And again, I believe that community organizations, even the media, churches, politicians need to stop kicking this football down the road. All of these people really need to come together and try to figure out a way and not use it as a political political push or a political campaign, when there is a shooting or anything like that. But Jerry, listen, I hear you. I hear you. And again, you know, public perception is not what win cases. It's the facts that's presented in front of jury in this particular case here. And you will present the case of self-defense. Anything else you would like to add? And I'm sure that the folks would call in and have a different perspective on it.
Yeah, just know that Grenada is still one of the safest places in the world. And this is the place where if your back is giving you problem or you have arthritis from being out in the cold, come to Grandans Beach. You can stay there all night. Nobody's going to bother you. We've had a couple of incidents and of gun violence. It certainly is an anomaly in our society, in our country. This is why we're so concerned about it, because we have not seen this kind of thing. Certainly, with the kind of rapidity in a week, 2 shootings, 2 deaths. That's something that is certainly not part of what our experience is. Even though we see beheadings, we've had a man cut off 2 people's head, put it in a bucket, and go to the police station, right? You remember that case a few years ago? But the gun violence is a horse of a different nature, and it gives reasonably, naturally, understandably, it gives pause to what we thought was isolated violence, maybe 1 or 2 gun crimes a year. When we see it like this, we are concerned. When the police and the national security officials have to bring in an amnesty for guns, we know that we're moving into the deeper end of the pool. And so we have to try and fix this fast. And you know, it's unfortunate. I knew Sean. I'd represented Sean a couple of times, and he's had a difficult time. May his soul rest in eternal peace. He was, if you did not know Sean Braveboy, you wouldn't, and you met him, one of the most pleasant fellas to have a drink with. This always very funny, you know. But he had another history, like many of us do. We go home, we present one face to the world. We go home and our wives cringe. Our children shudder because the monster is at home. The good guy is out in the world with a different face, public facing in a different way. So this is a world of the experiences that we've come to know. Hopefully, as a country, we will do everything we can to tamp down not just gun violence, but violence of all kinds.
Right.
And it does not help when we have persons in prison who are increasingly younger and younger, when there are absences of real, there's one educational officer at the prison, Mr. Cornwall. He's also the social worker, he's also the counselor. He's also the reintegration facilitator. We have assisted him in getting those inmates to take CXC exams,
Right.
and to advance themselves educationally. You asked what could be done, Mr. George? Put resources into the criminal justice system. Persons should not be. There are 5, 6, 4 men, about 10 persons who've been at the prison for 5 years without a trial. Yeah, we have a facility that's supposed to house 175 people, holding close to 400. We have mentally challenged persons
Yes.
who are unfit or who are fit but with diagnosed mental illness in the general population. Yeah, so the criminal justice system needs attention so that these younger and younger men that are coming into prison would have better options when they come out.
Right.
So
Try to capture them before they get in there. Jerry, before you go, hold on 1 second. I got one last call I want to take before I let you go. Caller, you're live. Where are you calling us from?
I'm from Brooklyn. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you, I guess.
good
I
afternoon.
don't know if Mr. Jerry Edwin may be able to provide any enlightenment on the question of our historical experience with regard to gun violence and the manner in which it has been taken care of. Justice has been served, but even when justice has been served, you still don't get clear explanations from people who were in authority with regard to the decision making. And I speak here about the October 19th events in Grenada and all the crimes associated with it. However, on the question of gun crime presently, could it be the imbalance in society where there are a number of individuals, for one reason or the other, would have gotten the opportunity to have licensed firearms, and other people in the community feeling, well, hey, I'm at risk. Here are people who, for probably no good reason in some cases, in my opinion, would have gotten a licensed firearm because they were associated with a certain political party.
Oh no, no, completely fallacious, brother. Those thoughts do not. We don't. You don't get a licensed firearm in Grenada based on your political affiliation.
Well, that's in my opinion, it has happened because if you have to get a license for firearms, there must be reasons why. For your personal security, why? You as a business, you're doing a certain type of job. I mean, you just want one for your personal security. Do they issue those? No, they don't. Because even application by farmers who has property, they don't get the firearm license.
No,
so in my opinion, there are people who are politically
no. I think you're entitled to an opinion, my friend. But where the average landholding of a farmer is 7,500 square feet. That's the average land which is owned by a farmer, that is worked by a farmer. You certainly cannot give every person who comes in and say, I'm a farmer, I want a firearm. I mean, that would be irresponsible. But property protection, business, it's the same criteria in New York. More difficult in New York City, but it's the same criteria. We're not on the edge of the world here. I mean, we may be physically and geographically, thank God, but we operate in the same society with the same rules as, say, the United States. We have our different cultural mores and so on. But the criteria in the United States, I mean, the United States is a much more corrupt country than, say, little Grenada. I mean, we know everybody here. We know everybody's business here. Yeah. In America, I mean, many people who are on the air right now cannot tell me the name of their senator or their assemblyman or who represents them where they live in the United States or in other places. They don't even have access to them. Yeah, here in Grenada, it's very different here, but we're not so different that we are not law-abiding and follow criteria of every modern country, every country in the Western Hemisphere. That is a functional state, because we have one or two that are not in the Western Hemisphere. But yeah, you get a firearm if you provide the proper criteria, and let's not politicize something that doesn't exist. I don't think it's even. I mean, it's not a serious opinion. I mean, everyone is entitled to it.
That may be your opinion, but
it's not a serious point of view.
That's your opinion. You have a right to your opinion, but you have retired police officers who would clearly tell you that. They will clearly tell you that. So I'm not speaking from a standpoint of not hearing it myself.
Right, but you're speaking from opinion of someone telling you this, so that probably came from three different sources, not firsthand, right?
Yeah, but what Brother Jerry is saying is not absolutely correct, because there are people who provided all the necessary information, and to today they still has not received the license.
No, I think the premise of the caller is that it is probable. I'm not going to say. I'll say possible. Huh?
Right.
It's possible that perhaps there is some feeling that other people are not getting guns for political reasons. That's why there's a spike in gun shooting. I mean, listen to yourself, brother. I mean, that doesn't.
Well, I'm asking.
That's strange.
If,
That's strange
if
credulity.
if it is possible that it may have a bearing. I did not finish what I was saying because I was going to the other aspect of it. Because violence and all of that goes with the whole question of what you may call some level of abnormalcy, delinquency, some people may say. Why is it that people become violent?
Wait. Now you're getting into an area of penology that I am not qualified to engage in, and I don't think you are either, right? Violence.
I'm not qualified, but
I wouldn't want to offer an opinion on that. I'm not qualified.
As a lawyer, let me say this. As a lawyer, you all know what the rules are, and you all must practice the rules accordingly, so that you don't have one lawyer representing or hearing the views of more than one person in the same crime. You all must also exclude yourselves when it comes to conflict of interest.
But,
I mean,
caller,
you have cases in front.
Are you alleging that
you have cases in front of the court where lawyers get disciplined for certain types of behavior?
But that's true. That's true for all lawyers everywhere. All doctors everywhere.
Thank God it is happening in the year 2023 because it used to happen in the past. Man, let's not even go down that road.
All right.
No, what I'm saying is, I mean, I like to engage people in this because this now is what happens here is that our good citizens who live in the United States believe somehow that in Grenada we are doing things that is unknown, that is unreal, that is. There are more lawyers disbarred in Brooklyn, New York, or in Nassau County than in Grenada every year. Yes? Give me a small town in Massachusetts. I know the Northeast better. And you will find lawyers, like doctors, like accountants, like bus drivers, like students who cheat. I mean, there's nothing, Grenada is not peculiar in the way of human misconduct. This is universal. Yeah? I would argue, though, that we have much less of that in Grenada because of our size, because not just the demographics, but also our cultural issues. Extremely conservative society. Yes?
Yeah.
So I don't think that it's useful to point out the anomalies and say, this is a general rule. It's not.
But hold on, Jerry. The caller made a point there. I just want to touch back on really quickly. Are there checks that would prevent someone or a political figure or a minister or whoever to make it easier, facilitate the process easier for someone to obtain a firearm?
The decision? No, hardly. I mean, this is.
So there are checks. So there are checks and balances.
This is ludicrous. The decision making as to who gets a firearm.
Right.
That decision is made by the Commissioner of Police and the Minister of National Security. One person. That, in fact, I believe the commissioner it's the commissioner and the assistant commissioners and the Minister of National Security. That's it.
The Minister of National Security, isn't it a politician? Has been the case in the past, as is it presently. Isn't the Minister of National Security a politician? Well, apparently Jerry cannot hear. He doesn't know.
Yeah.
Caller,
thank you for your input. Caller, thank you for your input.
Thank you very much.
Right,
have a blessed evening.
Appreciate you. Jerry, this sort of kind of raised my eyebrow a little bit, right? I didn't really mean to go down there in this conversation, but I want to find out about the checks and balances, that would prevent someone to get a firearm if they are given the green light by a politician.
No, you're this is chasing the tail of the dog.
Okay,
Yeah, it will lead you wherever it wants to go.
I got you.
Um, um, the uh, why the inclination? What I'm concerned about is the inclination to believe something as preposterous as that.
Okay,
Yeah. We that's not the Grenada we have here. That's not the place we live in.
right.
Political decision. I mean, can you imagine how that could come back to bite somebody in the butt?
Yeah,
I mean, just think of it. I mean, it's ridiculous. I wouldn't even.
yeah, yeah.
I can't even answer it.
And it's true that what is the benefits of the Minister of National Security having more firearms? That would make it doesn't make sense. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Point
But
taken.
the criteria is the same.
Right.
In New York, I know that the head of the firm I worked in on Fulton Street. No, I was not out of school yet. Uh, he had a firearm. His father had a firearm,
Right.
and they were lawyers, and they were hostile to the DA. I mean, the DA knew these two. They were probably two of the oldest black lawyers in Brooklyn.
Right.
The grandfather was a lawyer. The father was a lawyer. The son was a lawyer. I got to know the son when he was 50 years old. So that tells you something. And hostile to the district attorney's office. Would we say that the people at One Police Plaza checked with the DA before they gave these people a gun? I mean, it just spiraled out of control. It's a nonsense argument.
Right.
There are criteria. It benefits law enforcement everywhere to have a strict criteria on the issuing of firearms. It's often for the protection of property and business. Protection of life, that's left up to the man and woman on the beat. Yes, but no, there's no political influence.
Hopefully, we don't see a situation, and that's far-reaching, like what we have with the NRA, that is basically supporting political campaigns, and I mean they are pumping millions of dollars into political campaigns. That is here, of course, and then if they get the support. So if they get into position, they have to support the initiative by the NRA. So they are corruption.
I support the right of the NRA to exercise their free speech as a lobbying body to advocate for what they want.
Right.
They
As everybody else.
can.
As
They
everybody
certainly
else.
can do that.
Yes, it's business.
Yeah, they have the right to advocate for what they want. And if it's like the Jewish lobby. I mean, you may not agree with their objectives and their end goals, but they have a right to organize and advocate for what they want. We have a right on the other side to do the same. That's what makes a healthy democracy and a healthy country.
Right. Right. But Jerry, listen, I think that a whole conversation need to be had on this gun situation that's happening. To me and a lot of people that's watching, although it's just one or just two, it happens. This particular one happened so close. It was two incidents within 3 days.
Really, I tell you, Mr. George, it has us. It's we're all shaking our collective heads. It's something that we really want to have upended right away.
Right, absolutely.
And at the same time, balance that with the constitutional rights of persons to the presumption of innocence.
Right.
Whatever the allegation.
Yeah.
Presumption. And all of us, everyone listening, every one of us here in this room is entitled to that presumption of innocence. It's sacred.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Jerry. I appreciate you so much.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
All right.
Guys, what Jerry is saying is right. That part, right? The presumption of innocence. Now, I remember a case that even Jerry referred me to speak to the individual. And the young man, he was accused of rape, right? The young man was accused of rape. And there was so much evidence presented against this young man. And you would say that it was damning evidence. And if those evidence was presented in a court of public opinion, you would feel that, you know, this guy should be lost somewhere in prison. They should throw the book at this guy because of the information that was circulated in the public domain about this particular person, right? Even I heard it, I'm like, wow, this is crazy, right? It so happened that after the case went through the process and evidence was presented, it wasn't no technicality, wrong, or nothing like that. There was evidence that was presented in a court of law. And I believe Jerry was the attorney representing the accused as well. And they were able to present information, and later it was found out that the allegation was invalid or incorrect. The person who made the claim against the individual, I believe they retracted it or they changed the story in some kind of way. And it wasn't forced. It wasn't like a forced situation where they had to do it. So sometimes, guys, we have to look at information on both sides. And right along, we say everyone have a story to tell. And it's true. We might have situations where you might hear a story that someone has been presented or someone is found with a firearm in their car. And the first thing, like, okay, this person has firearm or drugs, some illegal substance in their car, a whole bunch of it in their car. And yes, that person will be taken to the system, to the process, and have to present their case in court. And later you might find out, after they are being, you know, put on the stands or, you know, the evidence is presented in the court of law, that possibly they were not even aware that the firearm was in the car. So all of this stuff, I think Jerry, you still there? I have a question to ask you again. Sorry. I see you was going off. But hold up.
I was just heading out. Yes.
I realized that you were just hitting it. It slipped me. I had the question on the tip of my tongue and it slipped me. Next time. Don't worry about it. If it was important, I would have remembered it. Later, Jerry. All right. Okay. Yeah. All right, guys. So yeah. So we have this situation where let it go through the process. Let it go to the court, because we might be hearing stories, and I've heard the stories, guys. I've spoken to a number of individuals who told me a totally different story. I spoke yesterday to an individual who had claims that what we're hearing was not what it was, and that contradicts the story that we heard initially. So you always keep hearing those stories, but there is always two sides to a story. There's always two sides to a story. I say, let's see how it plays out in court. Let the evidence get presented. And of course, we are going to hear and follow this case from the beginning, which is now, all the way to the end. And we're going to continue to update everyone here on Ride Along Live. We're going to keep the phone lines open, guys. I want to get your view on it. What's your take on Jerry's perspective? Jerry sometimes might be seen as someone with a very controversial perspective. He might be seen to represent very controversial figures. What's your thoughts on what was said here today? The self-defense claim by his client, who he's representing in the shooting case, in this incident. Let us know what's your take on it. Let's take a quick commercial break, and I'll come back with the phone lines wide open. 718-701-5720. Listen, when all your call, please don't cuss no bad word. Don't cuss no profanity on the program, please. All right? If you want to cuss, get it all out right now. Get it just cuss right now off air. And when you call, you know, just know not to use those kind of profanity, because I have a beep. Where the beep?
Where the beep? Yeah. 1, 2. I can change your voice.
Yeah. So the next time you call and you still want to say something,
just change up your voice, right? Just like that. So you're going to be speaking like that for the rest of the program. Okay?
Let's take a quick commercial break, guys, and we will be right back. Right Along Live, I want to get your view on it. We'll be right back.
Saturday, May 11th, the venue, locked. Elton Place, Linwood Street, Brooklyn. He is coming. They are coming. If you missed it last year, brace yourself, because it's gonna be epic. Spice Mass New York Launch 2024, the biggest and most exciting art Hitman Inspector, Brandy Isaac, hello, Kush,
stay and lie down and take your hand. Come outside and party.
Mr. Legs,
I somehow when I smoke I like to drink.
Mr. Golden, and for the first time in New York City, Super Flying Flint.
Welcome to this party.
And Grenada's 2023 Road Match, Temptress and Rabulas. Plus, the Greenhouse drummers in full effect. And about tickets cost $40. Regular $50. Get them now online from GoodEffect.com. In New York, get your tickets from Mike at Proper Fix Barbershop in Grid. On East 96 between Church and Wilma. Fish, 59th East 95th Street between Rockland and East New York. West Cuisine, 916 Claxton Avenue between East 53rd and 54th Street. La Bay Market, 1127 Nostrand Avenue, 718-221-0395. Shonda at Spice Up Market, 899 Claxton Avenue, or call 718-730-4443. Spice Mass Launch New York Edition 2024. It's a jam movie in the making. Saturday, May 11th.
I want you folks to play these 3 games from the NLA. Daily pick 3 cash flow and play with. You will be supporting sports and culture, nation building and our future. So go out and play, folks, make it a must. You will see what the National Lottery is doing for us. When you play pick 3 cash flow and play with, the NLA will support you all the way.
Starting September 30th, Monday to Friday, these 3 games will be drawn mid-morning, 9:45 a.m., midday, 12:45 p.m., and evenings, 7:45 p.m. The National Lotteries, supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Sunday money day.
Yeah, support the games of the NLA. And even if you don't win, you're supporting sports, culture, and nation building. So much great services provided by the NLA. Got to support the games of the NLA. All right, guys. Also, I got to tell you about this quickly before we go back to the phone lines. Spice Mass launch is happening this Saturday. It's going to be a Zoovie. It's going to be crazy up in there. I urge you guys to get your tickets right now. The event is going to be at 1130 Linwood Street, and that's Elton Place. The name of it's called Elton Place, 1130 Linwood Street, Brooklyn, New York. It's going to be nice. Check that out. Boise, Lava Man. Of course, Super Flying Flint. Specky, Tall Free, Mr. Golden. Everybody's going to be up there. Specky. It's going to be really big. Yeah. Spice Mass Launch this Saturday, Brooklyn, New York. Get your tickets now. Guys, if you need t-shirt printing, professional t-shirt printing and more is available in Grenada, inside of the Esplanade Mall. Hey, check out the Instaprint at Ryde. You could walk into the Esplanade Mall, walk into Ryde Excursions and Tours, right where you get your bike. Yeah, right where you rent your bike. You could also get your t-shirt printed. Quick and fast. Yeah, man, they also have blank t-shirt. If you want blank t-shirt, they got that too. Check them out. It's Instaprint, Grenada. Check them for blanks. You need blanks, polo, wrong neck. It's available. Get it now. Guys, I got to tell you about this. Ride Along Live is brought to you by the good old folks at Lenovo. Lenovo have these really great headphones, guys. Let me show you. Get it tonight, guys. I'm gonna give you guys that discount code. These headphones, these earpiece Bluetooth headphones are probably gonna be one of the best headphones that you could own. The link, we just put the link in the chat there. Get it. It's bad. Yeah, man. Hey, dear boss, you have to be happy that we have commercials so we could pay the light bill and we could take care of things. You have to be happy. When you see a commercial, you have to say thank you. Yeah, like Lenovo, you have to say thank you. So I want everybody to click on that link right now and go and buy a headphone, guys. Let me show you. You know Ryde By? You know we have Ryde By, right? In case you guys don't know, yeah, we have Ryde By. Let me show you how you can get headphones, guys. Let me show you how you can get your headphones. This is how you get your headphones, guys. This is how you get your headphones. This is how you get your headphones, right? So you go to the website right now. It's rydeby.com. Let me put it on the screen. Ryde By, RYDEBUY.com. There you go. That's it. Rydeby.com. That's the website. And on that website, guys, we have everything. So you scroll down, you go into electronics. Electronics, right here. Electronics. And when you're in electronics, all these items you could get inside of Ryde By, guys. You could get your watch bands for your iPhone watch bands. This great product is a Galaxy Star projector for children. It's not for children, for anybody. Make your house look nice. Inside of your house, you make it look like a whole globe, like the planet and everything like that. You'll see the portable monitor. If you want camera stuff, you could get it. I mean, anything you could think about, guys. All the equipment that I use inside studio, it's inside of Ryde By. But I want you to click on the Lenovo Pro headphones, the Bluetooth headphones. These headphones, guys. These headphones, I'm telling you. These Lenovo headphones, you just select the brand. I like the black. Anybody want me to buy a black for them? I'll buy it for you right now. So you buy it, you click on it, and you say add to your store or set cart. So you add it to your cart, boom, right here, guys. It's Lenovo's headphones in your cart. You go and you pay. 1, 2, 3, easy. You good, you done. You done! Get the headphones tonight, guys. I'll give you guys a promo code. I'll give you guys a promo code right now. Let me give you guys a promo code. I'm going to be nice tonight. I'm going to give you guys a promo code. When you go in there and you check out, you could use this promo code. Let me get it right now. This promo code. If you're getting the headphones tonight, this is the promo code. Let me put it in. This is the promo code right here. Boom. That's the promo code, guys. Take advantage of it tonight. It's called Riders Take 10. You get 10% off on these headphones. Yeah. Get it tonight, guys. Click the link. Get it tonight. Isn't it great? Isn't it amazing? You could scan the QR code as well. Isn't it amazing? These are freaking good headphones. It's the best headphones you can listen to. So thank you, Lenovo Pro Bluetooth 5.4 earphones. Check it out right now at rydeby.com. Guys, as I said, we are going to be following this case and continue to follow this case. If anyone wants to give a conclusion and want to give a last perspective on it, the phone lines are still open. You could call. You want 20%? Paula, you want 20%? You know what? Let me take away my 10%. Let me take away my 10%. Let me take away my 10%. I give you 10, you want 20. You never say thank you. You never say thank you. You know how much I had to negotiate to Lenovo to get 10%? You know how much negotiation I had to do? I had to talk to them nice. I had to say, oh gosh, these riders. These are riders. These are my people. These are my people. You had to hook them up. Only for Paula to tell me she want 20. I guess I have to negotiate some more, right, Paula? I have some more negotiation to do. But get the headphones tonight, guys. Big up yourself. And thank you for Lenovo for supporting. Lenovo say they feel the love and support that you guys give to Ride Along by buying this headphones on the Ryde By. They go even give us more support. More support. And I love that. You guys want them to continue to support us, right? So you gotta do the right thing. Lenovo, proud sponsor of the ride. Oh guys, while I'm on the website, I gotta show you guys this because there's other things that I want to show you real quick, right? Let me go back to the home page on the website because there's a new brand that we just started. It's called Pure Grenadian Gold. Pure Grenadian Gold. Guys, if you want this brand, it's a brand new brand. It's a new brand that we just launched, Pure Grenadian Gold. And this thing comes in all sorts of style. You have the sweater. Look, you have the hoodie. You see? You have the t-shirt. And these are high quality stuff. Eh? This is no joke thing, you know. So this is no peer thing. This is high quality Pure Grenadian Gold. They even have the tumblers, guys. The tumblers. They have everything in there. The vests. Yeah, there's a vest as well. Just go rydebuy.com and they got a polo. That's a polo. Yeah, there's a polo there as well. The bags. Everything is there. Check it out. Inside of Ryde Buy. Everything. I think I'm going to get this for somebody. I'll get that for somebody. But all you have to be nice. All you got to be nice. All right? Thank you to all of our sponsors. Thank you to all of our sponsors for coming on board and ensuring that we could keep the light on, we could pay the bills, and we could continue to do this, guys. Thank you. Guys, and if you know somebody that do the work that I do, someone who dedicate their time to sit every single day, it's going on 10 years almost that we've been doing this program on this particular platform. I want you to say thanks to them, because sometimes this job could be seen as a thankless job, eh? Yeah, because if you guys come and you realize that, hey, I'm saying something that you guys don't like, or you could just go, right? And there are some diehard, like, you know, a few diehard people, whether we're sitting here and we're talking to whoever, they're still there. But sometimes it's thankless because some people they're in for hype, right? So if you know anybody that do this job, you just have to say thanks to them. Tag them and say thank you, because it's dedication every day. Even just imagine, right? You go through your daily things, problems, issues, concerns, but you don't know what your host is going through because you never ask, right? Your host should just be here and present. I mean, nothing is wrong. I'm not saying that I need any accolades or anyone need their accolade, but just be thankful for anyone who do a job like this. It's sometimes a very thankless job. Every day. Every day! Thank you, Lynn George. Patricia, every day. Every day. All right? Every day. Stop it. When I'm not here, I'm thinking about being here. Yeah. When I'm not here, I'm thinking about being here. And when I'm not sitting here, I'm thinking about what do I do when I sit here? So it's every day. Even if I'm not on, and my mind is on. You understand? Thank you, Natasha. And thank for the people who does, not only me, there are a lot of people who do the same job here, guys. It's a thankless job. I believe sometimes it's a thankless job. All right? And if you make one little mistake, boy, Lord, they got you. They coming at you. Paula, I appreciate you as well. So listen, if you really appreciate the work that we're doing, all you go over and support Lenovo. So Lenovo go say, listen, I get some real hype and ride along with this product. I go put some more money on this guy named Junior George because his platform is banging. You know what I mean? That's an international company, international brand. And for an international brand, I'm talking about $1 billion budgeted brand. They have the stuff. To see this platform as a platform that they want to partner with, I say, you know what? I think we're getting somewhere. Yeah, I think we're getting somewhere. So thank you, Lenovo, and we're going to show our support by supporting them. Buy the thing. Buy one. I bet all you didn't buy one yet. All you talking. Let me see if our order came in. Because if our order came in, I'll know. I'll see it. It'll pop up. All the talk. Yeah, boy. Well, we got 5 sales already. Ooh, yeah. All you put in all your mouth where all you put in all your money where all your mouth is. Yeah, all you put in all your money. 5 orders, oh gosh. Can I see 6? Let me see 6. Let me put the link again. Let me see 6. If you're the 6th person, for the 6th person, let me do this, guys. For the 6th person who order, 6, 7, and 8, and 10. For the next 4 person who order the headphone, I'm giving all you one free Pure Grenadian Gold t-shirt. So the first 4 orders that come in from now, everybody, you get one free Pure Grenadian Gold t-shirt in your package. Yes. Easy so. You were getting it for Mother's Day? Get it now. Mother's Day right around the corner. Get it now. Let me stop bullying all, yeah? Anyway, guys, thank you so much. On behalf of all of our production crew here at Team Ride Along Live, our senior executive producer, Lois JJ, thank you so much. Don't forget, if you have a business and you want to advertise, send it viral right here on Ride Along Live. We appreciate you so much. Events, broadcasts, live streaming, if you're looking to stream a live funeral, what have you. Ride Along Live. We are here. Peace out, guys, and good night.
Sunday, May 26th, we're bringing back the good old days of Calypso in Brooklyn. One delightful evening, Memorial Sunday, an intimate evening of Calypso in Brooklyn. Calypso! Featuring a cast of your favorite Calypsonians and DJs, repping for the Trinis, Natasha Wilson. Alongside a host of Grenadian superstars, headed by the Kingman and Jamo. Also Val Adam, Randy Isaac, and Peter Humphrey. Plus single, Kevin Roger, Andy Limas, The Inspector.
Last day German inside the band, me and a grand and two man.
All hosted by the Independence Monarch, Hercules. It's all taking place at 634 Remsen Avenue, between Church and Avenue A. Showtime 3 p.m. Tickets $40. For tickets and info, call 646-474-1682. An intimate evening of Calypso in Brooklyn. Memorial Sunday. Presented to you by YTM Records.
That is life.
Guys, we got to say thank you and big up to the GTA, Grenada Tourism Authority, for sponsoring Ride Along Live as well. Hey, big up to JetBlue. Don't forget, if you're flying to Grenada or anywhere in the world, guys, easy, quick, fast, check out jetblue.com. Yeah, jetblue.com with two direct flights to Grenada from New York every day. JetBlue.com is the most convenient way to travel. Try JetBlue.com right now. Go on the website. Book a ticket. Take a trip. Take a vacation. You know you need it. If you're in Boston, you could get, on a Saturday, you could get to Grenada with JetBlue. Low fares into Grenada right now. Check it out. JetBlue.com. Guys, you know the talk right now. Everybody talking about eco-friendly. Everyone talking about sustainable transportation. This is just sustainable transportation right here. Ryde, Excursion, rentals and tours. Yeah, man, listen, if you want to rent a bike to get around the city, to beat the traffic, go into the Esplanade Mall right now or tomorrow, guys. Rent a bike, it's only $30 an hour. Go in there and just tell them I sent you. Get an e-bike. And you know, every Sunday we have a trail. Every Sunday we do trails, right? So yes, and yes. Book your trail, get a friend, get a few friends and say, listen, we're going to ride in. We're going to ride in this Sunday. Because weekdays, we work. Sundays, we ride. Yeah, guys, rent your e-bike right now from Ryde, Excursion Rentals and Tours. It's amazing. It's amazing. Guys, don't forget, if you have a Fire Stick, right there. Search Ride Along Live on your Fire Stick and you could watch us live on Fire TV. Get your Fire TV and download the app Ride Live. Ride Along Live. Yeah, Ride Along Live. Good night, everybody. Catch you again tomorrow. Peace out. Exhilarating adventure? Then look no further than Ryde Excursions and Tours. Get ready to explore the great outdoors like never before with our powerful e-bikes. Discover breathtaking sightseeing tours around the island. Feel the wind in your hair
and experience nature in its purest form. Now, whether you're a seasoned rider or a beginner, our e-bikes are perfect for everyone. Call us at 473-422-1011 to book your excursion or visit ridersebikes.com. That's ridersebike.com to reserve your spot. Unleash your adventurous spirit with Ryde Excursions and Tours, where every journey becomes an unforgettable adventure.